Welcome to Market Like a Hot Shot, episode 46.
46? Can you believe that?
Learn like a hot shot.
This is going to be a fun episode, but before we get into our topic, what a week we had last week.
Wow. Capey's, did I say that right?
Capey's. Yeah.
Capey's Sports Bar, Framingham, Massachusetts. You need to check that place out. Let me tell you, Rodrigo
and his team, they were incredible.
You never know. You're on 135 in Framingham. Yeah. You're driving by this building. You don't know that what a rock star place that is.
Yeah.
And it's like they have a great pub, restaurant. They have pool. And then they have this entertainment room where we were.
When we got up to start the podcast, I completely lost my train of thought because I could not believe how many people were in there.
Yeah, we had over 100.
We had over 100 people come.
100 plus in that room on a Wednesday night.
Shocked, yeah. I mean, that's rare. I mean, I can't think of the last time I've been to an event with 100 people on a weeknight. That's not like a trade
show. For a podcast?
Yeah.
For Market Like a Hot Shot?
Who would have thought? Like, I mean, that's the thing. Like, when we started this, and we'll talk about it, later on, but... when we started this over the summer, I had no idea that within a year we'd have 100 people coming to watch our stuff. So how cool is that? Like, that was, like, the best part of my night. I mean,
hey, Joe Rogan had 50 for his first one, I heard.
Oh.
Yeah, so we're beating him out, man.
Yeah.
We might be bigger than Joe Rogan someday.
That would be
Look
incredible.
out, Joe. We'll have to say.
We're coming for you.
But, we have to make some, before we go into the learning this week, thank some of the folks in Hotshot Nation that made it possible.
Yeah.
What do you got?
We
talk about Rodrigo. And,
we definitely Rodrigo and the team at Kaipi for giving us a wonderful space to have there. Riyadh and Louisa from the Chamber for helping us promote it and managing the registrations for us. We had Charlie Passwork, who was incredible with the the tickets that we got to raffle off for the
Taste of Metro West, man. That's on. That's April 27th,
yeah,
right?
April 27th. And that's an event you're not going to want to miss. So if you're in the Metro West area and you're listening to this before April 27th, make sure you hit the Renaissance and check it out.
The Renaissance is brand new. It's actually, if you, everyone in the Metro West knows the big castle, right?
Yeah, the Sheraton Tower.
It was the Sheraton Tower, now it's the Renaissance, and the place looks amazing.
Then a few other quick thank yous. Obviously, Ryan, I don't know if you want to pop in, peek your head in. Ryan, who created that incredible entrance video that,
There's Ryan, man.
We'll be posting that all over the place. And, the rest of the team, Reagan and Virginia, were rock stars.
Who's Virginia?
And I called her the wrong name at the live event, and I'm like...
There's Veronica.
Yeah. But, Reagan did the bingo cards. Virginia did the shirts that the team got to wear, those purple Market Like a Hot Shot shirts.
Where can we get those purple shirts?
We're going to start producing them. I'm so excited about that.
Yeah, purple's a great color.
It is. It looks wonderful on...
Reminds me of Prince.
Oh, yeah, Purple Rain.
I start singing Little Red Corvette when I see the color purple.
You think of Purple Rain and that
Purple
album.
Rain.
And then also we had a bunch of volunteers. We had Mauro, who helped us with some of the registrations. We had Anouk, who helped us also with checking in people. I mean, the list just goes on. We could spend an hour thanking everybody. The people that came up. I mean, Ann brought us those nice flowers.
Ann Griffin.
Yeah,
you are a hot shot. Let me just tell you.
She definitely is. Ann's such a good person.
I saw her last night at an AMA event. Yeah, and she's awesome.
She's such a good person.
Yes. So we love you, Ann.
And then one of our close friends, Coach Trev.
Coach Trev, he showed up.
I was so excited to see Coach Trev.
Mr. Webinar Man himself showed up.
Yeah. A celebrity in the house, good friend of
ours.
He
has that voice. He does that voice thing.
He does. He just has a good voice.
Coach Trev, shout out, master.
Yeah. Maybe he should replace me because I hate my voice. But anyway.
I've seen a voice. My voice is all screwed up.
I know. Jeff's got a little bit of a cold. So this is going to be the one that you want to watch on video. Not just do the audio for. But
I sound like John Cougar Mellencamp or a bad Bob Dylan today. Let's say that.
All right, so let's jump into our topic for today. So why learning matters, right? And there's a quote that I like. I think I heard it from Tony Robbins. We're talk
Mr. Firewalker himself.
Yeah, I have not done the firewalk. There is actually some science behind that that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, like burning your feet.
Yeah. Well,
but I always say when you're green, you're growing. When you're ripe, you're rotting.
And that's true.
That's a Tony Robbins quote, right?
If that should go on a T-shirt. Probably is.
You show some rotting fruit on the front, you know.
No, but it's so true because, like, I think when we're younger, we tend to learn. I think I know when I hit maybe mid-30s, early 40s, I was like, I kind of know a lot of stuff. I didn't really do a ton of training and learning, but then I remember, after a while, I started getting back into it. I remembered why it was important. And
I honestly know this is a bad thing. We're both in IT,
yeah,
right? And what used to irk me the most is this is the way we've always done it.
Uh-huh.
When I was a manager, and you said that on my team, you're fired.
Yeah.
Because IT is always evolving. In technology, you're always learning all the time. The world changes too fast.
Right.
To rely on old knowledge.
That's
this is
so
the
true.
way we've always done it. Do not ever say that, ever, today. Things are changing so fast. I mean, it's a competitive advantage in business and life.
Right.
And I'm talking too much from my voice. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, kind of related to that is just that, like, if you're not learning, you're falling behind. That's really the bottom
Especially
line.
in the AI world.
And especially in anything related to technology, like when you mentioned IT, right? The thing is that, and like sometimes if you leave the workforce, let's say you go and do some other activity, or maybe you stay you do maternity or paternity leave for a few years. There's some professions that you can just jump right back into it because those things haven't changed dramatically. But IT, forget it. It's like
even marketing.
Marketing,
even like everything now. Sales.
Yeah.
The way you sell today is probably different from how you sold
a decade ago. Yeah, I mean,
everything before was pick up the phone. Today it's relationship building, handshaking. Yeah, that's how you're going to learn. You're not going to learn by picking up the phone. You're going to learn by networking with others and handshaking, and that's how you make the sales today.
Right.
I know it's about learning, not sales, but
yeah. But yeah. So speaking about learning, right? Like you and I talk about this all the time. We mentioned Tony Robbins. I actually have a program that I got from him like 20-something years ago, and I still use it. I have it was on CD, and then I have it now on MP3s on my computer. And the last 3 Septembers, that's what I'll do, is I'll go and I'll listen to the program. It's 25 days of content.
Wow. Straight?
So, yeah, it's like like what you do is you spend roughly an hour to an hour and a half a day. And it's good. I mean, I've completed the program 8 times, and I just want to share that. Like, I take a lot of notes when I do this, and when I listen to it, and there's a lot of exercises in there. And one of the things that makes me feel good about it is that when I go through it and I see what I had done last year, it's like, this is what I was trying to target, and this is what I want to learn. And then I'll see, oh yeah, I ended up learning that, because I revisit it in March.
Yep.
And then just add it to my goals. It's part of my goal setting process for the year. So it's been really cool. And the thing is that I keep remembering parts of it because I've heard it so many times. Because, repetition, that's what
deepens mastery.
It definitely deepens mastery.
I mean, you have to keep repeating stuff. Brains, that's the way brains work today, right?
Right. And then, reading. I love reading. I mean, I've been trying to read 1 book a month.
I'm reading 3 books this month.
Wow.
Hey, Dave, Miriam Scott, I am still reading your book, The Guide to Marketing and PR. It's 470 pages.
Wow.
I just got a book on building a recruiting business, which is cool. And I also got an AI playbook. So I'm actually going between the 3 books right now.
So given all the books that you and I have been reading, I think it's... watch out for it this summer. We're going to be launching
the Hotshot Book Club.
It's going to be fun. You're going to check it out.
The Hotshot Book Club. Ryan, right? Yes.
Yeah. You got his name right?
You're going
to call him Brian.
How can we mess it up, Ryan? Well, we're going off on a tangent. You know Brian Adams, right?
Yeah.
Rock star. There's a rock star, Ryan Adams.
That's not confusing.
Yeah, so do not call Ryan Adams Brian Adams. He got pissed and left the concert. People started saying Brian Adams. And speaking of Brian, I sound like Brian Adams today. It's straight from the heart. It cuts like a knife
That's like a knife.
And it feels so right. But anyways, the book club's coming.
And, the other thing, too, is I always like to tell people that if you really want to learn a subject very, very well, you want to teach it. So back in the mid-'90s, when I was in grad school over at Bentley, I actually taught web design.
Oh,
back when it was in its infancy, and we were using Notepad as our editor.
Wow. Okay.
That's how far back it goes, and we had to FTP the HTML files over. So those of you in the industry, you know what we're talking about. There's no drag-and-drop editors back then. But I was a department assistant, so I wasn't teaching a full class, but I taught the lab section of a class, so it was cool. And I had to learn a lot of stuff. Like, I was teaching Office. I had used Office at that point for like 5-6 years.
Oh.
And I was learning things about Office that I had never knew you could do until I actually learned to teach it. So it's something that really helps you become an educator, and you become a better learner when you're an educator. So
learn like a hotshot, educate like a hotshot. So
but it's not something that I did once either. It's something that I do constantly. So how about your learning story? I want to hear about your journey.
My journey. So, I came up through the ranks in technology for many years. And this is a story I love to share about networking. So everyone knows I run Mass Professional Networking, 13 plus years. My first dip into the networking pool, was back in 2007 at Northeastern University.
Mm-hmm.
And I got this email. I think it was an email. It was probably direct mail back then.
Probably.
Right?
Snail mail.
A networking event, the Alumni Center. And I was like, cool, I'm a techie. Are we going to get some Ethernet cords and some Cisco routers? No, it's about networking and relationship building. So over time, I built up my skill, my craft, so to speak, in networking. Did that for a while, and then I became the connector after that. Right? People knew me as the DeSocial Connector because, with 17,000 LinkedIn connections today.
Nice.
I got a few people I could connect you to, but I always ask folks, be a give person before a take person all the time. If you're giving something out, but that's big. And then I changed careers. I got into marketing, started my own company, 2008. Had that while I was doing tech, and then I got on the board and had a AMA, and 4 years ago I became a recruiter. Had to start that from ground zero in the world of sales, business development, and recruiting, and now we're rocking it. Closed the deal today.
Nice, congrats. That's huge.
It's just that's the thing. It's all learning, and my big advice I always learned over time is never be the smartest person in the room.
Right.
You want to learn like a hotshot. If you're the smartest person in the room, leave that room. Always, don't be bashful about not knowing anything, but you always, we're having a little Tony Robbins thing here with the, it's the 5 people you surround yourself with. Don't be the smartest person in that group of 5. And that's one big thing. My voice just gave out, so go ahead.
Well, it reminds me of, remember Next Computing? That can bring back some memories. So it was like a joint venture. Well, it was Steve Jobs and Ross Perot were actually involved in that.
Ross Perot
Perot?
He was the guy that used to have to put on a step stool so he looked taller.
But the thing, not to get political, but like Ross Perot, one of the things he would always say is they're like, how are you going to handle this? He's like, I don't know, but I'm going to find someone who's an expert on it, and I'm going to hire them and have them do it. And that's like, one of the things when they did Next, there were like 2 things I always remember about Next. The first being that, and then the second thing being that they incorporated a lot of feedback from their users. So they were learning from their target audience and target clients before they went and built this computer because they wanted to make sure they knew the problem they wanted to solve. But let's move over to now some of the ways that our hotshots can learn, right?
Yeah, you want to learn like a hotshot. We talked about books already.
Yeah, there's books, online courses, and we'll talk about Learn Like a Hotshot in a little bit.
Well, you have to talk about Learn Like a Hotshot.
Yeah, we're excited about that.
You got 3 or 4 classes on
there. We got 3 up there already, and we'll talk about them in a couple minutes. But there's obviously podcasts, so Market Like a Hotshot hopefully is your favorite.
Yeah, everyone here should be following it.
Yeah.
But There's podcasts on everything.
There is.
You name it. I mean, podcasting is so hot in general today.
It is.
You know, I talked to 3 people last night. I was at an AMA event. I want to start a podcast like yours. It's like, do it.
Yeah.
And that's why other advice today is just do it. I just swore. Just do it. You know,
Well, we didn't hear you because your voice isn't
my
great
voice is
today.
out. But,
you self-censored yourself.
you know, there's on YouTube itself, there's a podcast link. You can go
Yeah.
across Spotify, everywhere.
And I mean, yeah, there's YouTube and social media, but we're going to give you a little bit of a warning about those. But streaming platforms, documentaries like Prime Video, Netflix. There's a lot of, like Netflix, I was watching something about AI. I was watching something about entrepreneurship, even like managing money.
Yeah.
And then Prime Video, I mean, that is like a rabbit hole you can go through. They have like Napoleon Hill stuff. They have all sorts of stuff on there. And then obviously, like, you know, you can learn through going to conferences. I just went to, I just joined National Sales Network, the Boston chapter, so I'm really excited
the
about
Boston chapter?
Yeah.
All right.
So that I'm pretty excited about that. But mentors, you know, I know you and I are kind of on the older side to go look and find
The
mentors.
gray hair.
But, yeah, but like
you know,
a lot of people look at us as mentors, though, which is
You
fun.
actually, I mean, not for us old folks. Sometimes the younger folks are great mentors, especially if you want to keep up with the times and what's
Right.
going on. Because, you know, us old folks, you know, we set in our ways. Some are set in our ways. I'm certainly not. But, you know, you always find somebody that has to be a mentor. And it can't be a celebrity.
Yeah.
It has to be a real person that you actually can have a conversation with.
And I'll tell you right now that a lot of our interns, the reason I love working with interns is they bring fresh ideas. They're not biased by their past experiences. So it's a good balance because, you know, they'll come up with ideas that, you know, and I'll say, what's a trending topic? And they know they're on
They're
top
like
of
this.
all of it. Yeah. Like,
Snap a finger.
Yeah. Let's come up with a trend. Oh, we can do this one, this one, this one.
Yeah.
So they're just so on top of it. But the other thing is, you know, we just want to remember that learning isn't just one thing; it's everything.
Yeah, I mean, every day you should dedicate time for a learning, like 30 minutes, or it's reading a book.
Yeah.
We all sit in traffic here in Boston. Put a podcast on. Don't put the news on. Put a podcast on. Feed your brain with something worthy, because it's going to get you ahead for the day, get you fired up.
Yeah, I mean, even if you can read 10 pages a day, right? The book that you were saying that's over 400 pages, right?
Great
you can
book,
probably
though.
get that, you know, probably you'll sneak in a few more than 10 pages. Because I know with me, sometimes I forget and I go past the 10 that I had committed to doing. But within a month, you'll probably complete that book. But
I read more in the summer. You would think you would read more in the winter, but I read more in the summer because I sit outside and work on this Italian tan, and I'm reading the book. So
yeah, I do the same. I like sitting on. You've seen my screened-in porch, so like I like to sit out there on the weekends and just relax, enjoy the outdoors while we have that limited window. But, you know, one of the things we did bring up was the YouTube and the TikTok videos, right?
Yeah.
And just we want to give everybody a warning because it's like sometimes the AI videos generated content is so good. You don't want to really mistake it for good content. I mean, not saying that it's all bad, but oftentimes you'll look at a video and you'll, you know, it'll sound good, it might make sense, but, you know, it's not a reputable source. So you just want to take it with a grain of salt.
You know,
and put it
that's a great point, especially on TikTok. This past winter, like we had a lot of storms, right?
Yeah.
It was a rough winter in the Northeast in general. And he had all these weather forecasters all over the place on TikTok. Like Joe Blow is now a weather forecaster saying there's going to be a blizzard in Boston. And like there's not even close. So really check your sources. That like you said, I think with social media today and AI, things are getting out of control. So you really have to,
right.
You know, reputable sources.
Yeah, I mean, they may sound compelling, but often they're either inaccurate or just sometimes shallow. I mean, the whole point of them is to get more views, and that's why people. It's sometimes hard to tell for like the good stuff from the not so good stuff.
You know, the views is a good point. You know, I bet you'll get more out of a video that probably has 10 views versus 10,000. Because a person that has 10,000 views probably just bought the views.
Right.
and they don't know what the hell they're talking about. But I do have to have one shout out for one TikTok page,
Okay.
the School of Hard Knocks.
Oh.
Have you heard of that one?
No.
Guy goes out, he goes up to billionaires and asks how did they get rich?
Oh.
What did they learn? Were they ever rock bottom? Very legitimate. School of Hard Knocks. Look that up on TikTok. I just gave that guy another 100 followers just now, but he's got it's real. That's legitimate. I really think it's good.
You know, it's funny because you mentioned that because I've seen some videos which show like a young attractive woman or a young attractive guy getting out of the car and someone saying, "You've made $100 million this year. Tell us how you did it." And then he or she will be like, "Oh, I did this, I did this, I did this." And it's like they probably rented the car, they probably hired a model, they, you know, like, are those real legit people with real legit following? So, like, you know, you take someone like a Simon Sinek, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right, last name, but, like, he's really good. His content is legit, it's good, versus, like, you know, some of these other AI-generated stuff. I mean, if they're a TED Talk, you're probably in good shape. But like,
look at their background. Just look them up on LinkedIn or, you know, to see what they're on. But, you know, that's the only thing we want to warn, a little warning about the rise of AI-generated slop.
So, like, you know, you want to be picky about who you learn from. Your brain is your most valuable asset, so don't forget about that.
So why learn like a hotshot? Once you go to market like a hotshot, click the learn button, right?
Yeah. Why learn, right? So learning keeps you sharp. It's good for your mind. It's actually very, very good for your
Can I
mind.
do my Brian Adams thing?
Go right ahead.
It cuts like a knife, and it feels so right. You got to be sharp, right?
Yeah.
And you got to be humble, too.
And you also have to be adaptable because, you know, especially in today's industries or today's AI and technology-focused world, things are changing at such a rapid pace. It's just like I feel like you go on vacation and you miss a lifetime almost, right?
I know. I take one day off and it's like nuts. It's crazy.
It's like, what happened?
What happened? How about being competitive? I'm a very competitive person.
Me too.
Like, I always think that person in the room is probably learning more than me right now. It's just you got to constantly, that's why every single day you have to learn something. Learn something new. Learn 3 things. Because, you know, that person in the room's just learned 4. So you have to be competitive today. Really, because it keeps you growing.
Right, and like we said at the beginning, when you're green, you're growing. When you're ripe, you're rotting.
You're rotting. Let's get a shirt. I want to get a shirt.
We should have a shirt for that. I hope it's not trademarked. We'll have to take a look.
Yeah.
But, you know, the most dangerous entrepreneur is the one who never stops learning.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, if the ones that stop learning are probably not entrepreneurs.
True.
Entrepreneurs have to be constantly learning.
They know everything, right?
Yeah. So a little bit more about learn like a hotshot. What do we got? Like, let's go over some of the classes that we have up on the website.
Yeah, so if you go to marketlikeahotshot.com or even learnlikeahotshot.com, you can click on the Learn button at the top of the screen, and it'll show you we currently, at this recording time, have 3 courses up there. We
Network like a hotshot.
Network like a hotshot. Of course, we would start off with that one. And after that, we put goal setting together. And goal setting is actually one of our top 3 most popular episodes of the podcast.
Wow.
I was looking at that today. I'm like, I couldn't believe it. And I actually re-listened to the episode the other day, and I liked it. We cover a lot of really cool stuff in there. So if you go listen to that episode and then check out the course on marketlikeahotshot.com. And then the one that we just uploaded was negotiating like a hotshot.
We're all negotiating. If you think, of course, if you're in sales or you're going to buy something, just general life, you're going to buy a car.
Yeah.
How do you negotiate with that sleazy car dealer? Right? Yeah, so you're always negotiating.
You're negotiating for a raise if you work
raise
for somebody.
at work.
You're negotiating with your clients when you're trying to do deals, or you're negotiating with your vendors. But one thing I just want to make very clear about our courses, because we were talking about AI-generated slop. Mm-hmm. And I know people that have done this where they've gone into Claude or one of those other ChatGPT.
ChatGPT.
I know. We needed that. We had the bingo card at the live event. We didn't talk about AI enough for you to
say ChatGPT.
Get dinged on that. But a lot of people, they're using AI to generate courses. So the courses that we offer on there, they're actually courses I used to teach.
There we go.
At a real program down the road from here. So, it's based on my leader's guide. I've gone in and, we have at least 3 module or at least 3 sections with at least 3 lessons each. So, and they all have quizzes. Each module has a quiz.
Yeah,
so.
you're not going to get away with it, man. You're going to have to have a quiz.
You know, it's going to make sure you learn something through it.
It's so affordable.
Yeah, and I think our most expensive course is like $29.
Yeah, you got to check it out. And then one more thing I want to bring up with that, we are going to be looking for participants that we'll partner with to be able to load their classes on our Learn Like a Hotshot site. So stay tuned for that. That is coming up too.
Yeah.
All right. And then what else we got?
I think we just wrap up with some of the tips that we have.
Yes.
We've been going for a long time on this.
Hotshot tactics.
Yeah.
What do you think? So taking notes reinforces your memory, helps you process what you learned, and, you know, revisiting insights. And then, you know, what else we got?
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like when I do that Tony Robbins program every year, because I have my notes, I'll go through it. I mean, again, I've completed it 8 times.
Repetition.
And I'll go through it and I'll hear something that I didn't catch the last few times. So as I go through, I read my notes. But, you know, whether you're reading a book, even if you're watching a video, like, you know, you want to keep doing it. So there's 2 quick tips on the audio video stuff, which is the first is, you know, we all have limited time. If you're okay with doing this, I recommend that you crank the speed up. I've been listening to videos sometimes as much as
they sound a little bugs talking.
They do, but like sometimes people like there are some videos where the person that talks is so slow it drives me crazy. Like I joke, I move at like 100 miles an hour.
That's like I drive.
Yeah, like compared to, but like yeah, I mean like sometimes you just need to speed it up, and you can get through it a lot quicker. You can get through more content, but you don't want to speed it up. It's not a race to get to the end of the book or get to the end of the video. It's you want to retain, you want to learn what you're doing. So, you know, that's one way to do it, but we always say repetition, right? Like rereading books. I've read
I've read some books a couple times, 3 times.
Yeah, I mean, like How to Win Friends and Influence People, Dale Carnegie. I took the Dale Carnegie course in 2002, and I've read the book probably 3 or 4 times, and I also will listen to it on audio in the car. But like, you know, revisiting your notes, especially like if you put them in a tool like, you know, Notion, Obsidian, OneNote, whatever notes taking application you have, then you can go and search your notes too. So it's great. You know, so revisit your notes, and then remember that mastery comes from cycles, not just a single pass through.
Yeah. I always love. It's like watching a TV show or a movie 3 or 4 times. There's scenes in the movie that you
there's
catch.
Details that you
know, I still have watched Dumb and Dumber probably about 37 times, and I still I didn't remember that scene. Yeah.
Well, it's like
we're talking about Dumb and Dumber. We're talking about learning. It's funny, but anyways.
But the other thing too is that you want to apply it immediately, because learning without action is really just entertainment.
That's just like goal setting. Setting a goal without action is just entertainment.
Right.
Love that. So, you know, understand your learning style. Everyone's different, the way they learn.
Yeah.
And how you retain information. I like writing stuff down. I'm still a little old school when it comes to that kind of brain. You write it down. Some of the young folks are like, writing? What the heck's writing? You know?
Well, my handwriting is so bad that sometimes I can't read it.
I know how to apply it. That's a big thing. When you learn something, how to apply it in real life is really good. You know, it's a skill. Most people never learn how to learn.
Right.
So learn how to learn.
Learn how to learn.
Say that fast.
And then the other thing is to make sure you teach what you learn, because that is a great way to learn. It forces clarity. Like you want to become an expert on a subject.
Yep.
Give a speech about it, or even better, teach a course.
Teach a course, or even do a video.
Yeah.
You know, start doing videos. I always say videos are great to get you comfortable about talking in front of people. Eventually, you do speeches, right?
Yeah.
Do an Instagram reel on something you learned today. Hey, I learned. I want to see some people out there. In fact, share at the Hotshot Nation. Tag us on Instagram. Mark it like a hotshot. Do a video, something you learned today, and tag us. Right. We'd like to see some stuff out there.
Because just think about the reasoning behind that, right? Is that if you're going to put something out there, whether it's a video that's going online, or you're getting up in front of an audience, or what I used to do is like the people are paying to take a class. You got to make sure you're giving them value, or you're not going to be invited back to do that course ever again, right?
Yeah.
It forces you subconsciously to really go out there and learn. And I know I used to talk about, like, I would spend 100 hours preparing because I would teach, like, maybe 4 or 5 classes a semester. And, you know, I'd spend a good 100 hours, like, going through the material again and then, like, trying to research it, update it. So it makes you really it increases the depth of your knowledge on that particular topic.
Awesome stuff. I love it. Love it. So tactics, staying green, keep growing. Don't be a rotter.
Yeah.
All right. Be intentional about what you consume. Take your notes. Like your future depends on it.
Yeah,
it's like have urgency. You gotta always be learning. You know, what's some other good ones?
Well, speeding up content we talked about.
Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah.
But there's one thing that we actually didn't talk about that's useful is, like, you could take a speed reading course that helps you retain. There are courses out there that help you learn how to learn.
Yeah.
And
that might be a good course for a learn like a hotshot.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Speed read like a hotshot.
Speed read like a hotshot.
Keep an eye out for that. It'll be funny. Someone's going to be listening to this, and then they'll log on there. They're like, hey, they actually did it.
You know, they'll do our podcast in 10 minutes instead of 35. What do you think?
I know. You can speed it up on Spotify. You know, the same material, you want to revisit it until it sticks. So, like, you know, sometimes another Tony Robbins quote that I really, really love is repetition is the mother of skill. And I don't say that because I have a bad habit of repeating myself all the time. But it is important because, you know, you have to do something over and over. It's like you can't go to the gym once and have
Oh, you brought up the gym.
I know.
All right, wait. 1, 2, 3. Mr. Feudo, have you been to the gym?
No.
Let's see, what does the muscles do? Come on.
I know, it's like, let's...
Flabby. No, kidding.
No, I know. We've got you and I said...
Yeah. Whatever. It's going to be his New Year's resolution in 2027.
Or no, 2029.
29, that's it.
The other thing, too, is, you know, teach what you've learned. And again, like, you don't necessarily even have to offer a class. Like, a lot of times, like, I'll have the interns teach me what they've learned. And like last year, they did a brand book for us. And they're like, this is how we researched it, and it was so cool. And they learned so much about doing a brand book, more than if I just said, a brand book is this, and this.
No.
This is how you go do it. Go watch some YouTube videos. They didn't do it that way. They did a lot of deep research so they could present it back to me. So
that's good. Now, my health and wellness videos, so I'm learning all the time about health.
I learn about, like, you were the person I interacted with most on LinkedIn because I see the stuff you post about, like, how much sugar is in foods and like the health and wellness stuff. Like, I'm like, and there's times where I'm going to reach for something and I'm like, if Jeff finds out about that, he's going to give me more crap than he does about the gym.
About the gym.
So I'm like, you know, I have like the mini Jeff on my shoulders being like, don't eat that Twizzler, don't eat that Oreo.
But that's a case of our tip a little bit earlier about, you know, when you learn something, do an Instagram video or YouTube short. I'm emphasizing the short videos because attention spans, but do that. You know, learn something, tell people about what you learned. It's just.
And if you read a book about nutrition, like, start planning out your nutrition, your menu, start planning out your workout, like, whatever. Start planning it out immediately. Don't wait. Don't put it off because you want it while you're excited.
I love it, man. This has been a rock star, hot shot episode. Learn like a hot shot.
It is. I love it. I love learning. So
it's
like,
the ultimate business advantage.
It really is.
It really is. So,
and then, of course, like, one more reminder about the content out there is just really choose your sources wisely. The AI-generated slop out there, there's just so much of it. And I'm not saying it's all bad either. It's just that you want to know what you're getting is real. So, you know, chances are a TED Talk with 100 million views is going to be more effective than a video where the guy sounds like Batman. You've heard that voice where he's like, if you want to learn digital marketing, you have to be, you know, like, it's like they have like 10 or 11 AI voices that you'll know if you've heard them on YouTube.
Yeah,
so.
they're all over, YouTube and TikTok.
Yeah, I don't even go on TikTok anymore.
Yeah, well.
Yeah,
not missing much.
I know.
All right, but hey, episode 46. We're flying out to Cambridge. You know, just to give that weather report, we have the air conditioner on today here.
Yeah, short sleeves.
Short sleeve. It's a beautiful, warm day here in the Metro West. But what is it with the marine layer? I was in Boston yesterday. I went into Boston last night, and the temperature dropped 30 degrees.
Oh my goodness!
So be ready. Bring your jacket.
I have to bring my coat with me.
We're heading over to the Venture Cafe right now. So.
I thought we were going to be out on the porch tonight, but maybe we'll
see.
Balcony,
So
right?
we'll see you soon, Chucky. But like, follow, share. We want to hear from you. Comment on our podcast on your favorite platform: Spotify, Amazon, Apple, iHeartRadio, YouTube. Market like a hot shot, and check out the Learn Like a Hot Shot platform. MarketLikeAHotshot.com or Learn Like a Hot Shot. You'll see the Learn button there. Take a class. Let us know. Let us know what you like to learn, because we're also getting participants putting their courses on our.
We're going to get
we want the experts out there to be on our platform,
and we're going to vet them too. We're not just pulling people off the street because they want to do a course.
No, they have to be good.
They have to be people that are experts in their field.
Yep.
So.
20 years experience.
But you're raising the bar for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. But one last thing, book club coming. We'll be announcing that soon. The Hotshot Book Club, and that is about it.
Yeah. Share this with someone that you think wants to level up.
Level up and learn like a hot shot. Have a great day. Jeff and James in the house.